Hello and welcome back.
Is this thing on?
Shh, it's on.
Boom. Hello, welcome to the show. Hello everyone. Listen, last week we had some complications, some technical difficulties, Craig.
Yeah.
Our video did not get up unfortunately last week.
Basically, our technical officer is a bit of a shy bag.
Yeah, he's a big fucking D-bag, that's his name, Gareth Sweeney.
So we fired him, we hired a new one.
Anyway, we had a guest on last week. His name was Rhys Manning, a friend of the show.
Yeah.
And well, to make up for a video not going up last week, we've made him come back, and
He's on the way here.
He will be almost
he's in
here.
the car.
He'll be joining us before the show is out. We're going to talk about some stuff with Rhys. Okay, Craig, massive weekend last weekend. Obviously, we're going to put up our prediction video for it, but we didn't get the chance to. It was UFC 231. And because we did not have those prediction videos, we're going to tell you right now what the predictions were. And Craig, for the first time ever in Sean versus Craig, it was a draw.
It was a draw. It was 3-all.
Yeah,
so
the
first
the main card, we had Thiago Santos taking on Jimmy Manuwa. I went for Santos, you went for the poster boy.
And obviously Santos got a big knockout in a fucking
massive
barn burner.
Absolute barn burner.
Hashtag barn burner.
Hashtag
that was a big one, that was.
That fight could have finished any fucking round, or any second,
like, you know, Manuwa landed some big shots too, and like, I thought he was coming back and he was getting like a second win or whatever, but nah, fucking Santos held out there and got the win. 1-0 to Sean, so it was
1-0 going into the second fight then. Second fight was
Kyle Botniak and Hakeem Dawodu.
Yes, I went Dawodu in that fight.
And I went with my little brawler Botniak, but then it was 2-0. Dawodu won a unanimous decision. So now Sean's up 2-0, got 3 more fights to go. You know, I'm getting a bit nervous here, man. I'm fucking losing, like.
Gunnar Nelson steps in for the boys. He's taking on Cowboy, Alex Oliveira, Craig, an absolute barn burner as well.
Yeah, another good fight.
Great to see Gunny back.
Beautiful elbow that's just sliced him up. I've never seen so much blood just gush out of someone's head from a cup before.
29 stitches.
29 stitches Alex Oliveira had to get for that cut, but it just flowed out of his head and it was just relentless. And then Gunny,
we both went for Gunnar Nelson.
Obviously, and he just slid into fucking choke, you know, got a hold of him. Oliveira tapped out, and that was all she wrote.
So then it was 3-1 after that fight because we drew. That was the only fight we agreed on, Craig, so you can see where it's going now at this stage. So then the next fight, Valentina Shevchenko.
On to the championship fights, Valentina Joanna, big fight, good fight,
phenomenal
5 rounds. With Valentina edged, she's just so much bigger, so much more powerful, man. She's just more crisper. Like, I mean, she's been fucking in martial arts since she's 3 years old. Like, you know, this is her fucking life. But
monster woman.
Yeah, you want to put on a great performance.
Great hair.
Took the fight to her, you know, look phenomenal up at 125.
Very long run at the top of that division. Absolutely. So there you go. Joanna, I backed in that fight. He backed Valentina. It could have went either way. You know, I was really on the fence about that one as I was for the main event, which was, of course, the blessed era Max Holloway taking on T-City Brian Ortega. A phenomenal fight. What an absolute war.
Fight, man.
And some heart shown by Brian Ortega. He is one tough son of a bitch. He would have went into that 5th round, even though he would have died in that octagon, as he said.
He's too tough for his own good, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't really get a chance to go to the ground for him to display any of his high-level jiu-jitsu. But it just shows that there is levels to this, and there's holes in his game that he didn't know there was holes in.
But I think also Holloway's just a fucking monster, man.
He is an absolute animal.
He holds like nearly all the records in featherweight now, and he's still only 27.
Yeah.
Obviously, because we didn't get the video up last week, we were picking the main event. You know, I actually first went to Ortega,
and I was first going to Holloway. But midway through the video, we fucking switched on each other.
And Sean did a switcheroo. You know, he went for Ortega too, and I turned around and I said, "Motherfucker, I begged you into it. I'm going for Max Holloway."
And I said I want to go back for Max Holloway, and he wouldn't let me.
So
anyway, it didn't really matter in the end because it finished 3-all, Craig. So I still am superior going into Christmas time. It's going to be a happy Christmas for you, I suppose. So what does that count as now? That is 3-2 to me. 4-2, 3-2.
I think it's 3-2. It's 3-2.
3-2.
Guys, this weekend, Bellator, big weekend for them. They've got 2 events in the Sunshine State. That was what they call it? Hawaii.
Yeah, the Sunshine House.
Sunshine House. But so they have big weekend there. They have Bellator for the troops. That's on tonight. Brent Primus defending his belt against Michael Chandler.
So when we say tonight, we mean Friday, but this video won't be up at the moment. So Friday.
You're looking to get up at all, to be honest.
You know that Gareth Sweeney.
He's so unpredictable. Anyways, so that's happening tonight. Also tonight, AJ McKees is also fighting, and so is Frank Mir. He's fighting. And then tomorrow night, an even bigger night, the hometown girl, Alima Leigh McFarlane. She's defending her belt, her 125-pound belt, flyweight belt, against UFC veteran Valerie Letourneau, that's also in Hawaii, in her hometown, man. You know, she has about 300 family coming. She told Ariel Helwani there last week. So it's a big fight for her, big fight for Bellator, and also Lyoto Machida, he's making his Bellator debut, Sean.
Fantastic.
He's fighting the former middleweight champion Rafael Carvalho.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. Craig, this weekend UFC on Fox 31, Milwaukee. Craig, what a fantastic card. We have some really surprising fights that I completely forgot were coming up so fast.
Oh,
Dan Hooker taking on Edson Barboza.
Our boy, Dan Hooker, man.
It's going to be it's going to put some respect on that boy's name. It's going to be one hell of a lightweight.
That's going to be a fucking good fight, man. Edson Barboza's always in a big fight, you know. When he fought Kevin Lee the last time, I think that was the last fight anyways, he fucking rocked Kevin Lee.
I remember that spin it back kick.
Yeah, oh, like that really hurt him in that fight, you know. So like Barboza can beat anyone at 155. You know, he's one of those guys.
All it takes is one moment.
Exactly, but this is gonna be a great fight, you know. And like this is really, as you say, it's gonna put Hooker on the map if he gets a win here.
Absolutely. Dan Hooker's been kind of flipping in between wins and losses for a while. He's really
he's on a great run at the moment, though. Yeah, you're right.
And he's really been turning it around since that last pay-per-view we saw him at. And he wanted some respect. He wanted a top 5 fighter. Well, here you go. You've got Edson Barboza.
Doesn't come any tougher than this, Dan. Respect to you. And hey, New Zealand guys, we love you.
We love you guys. At the main event, Craig, we have, of course, the rematch of the century. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's on the lips all over the world.
I'm looking forward to it.
Raging Ally Quinta, he's taking on Motown phenom Kevin Lee. It's going to be one hell of a bout. Their first fight was Kevin Lee's first ever fight in the UFC. He took it on a few weeks' notice as well. He was very young and
21,
he was still in college.
He was 77-0.
Yeah.
And it was his first fight in the UFC and his first loss ever, you know. So I'm sure, like, you know, that's really itching at definitely itching at him for the last few years. So like, this is definitely a win that he wants to get back.
You've got Kevin Lee in this fight, you've got Raging Ally. I love
boy.
both boys. I love both of them to bits. We obviously love those Longo Serra boys like the bottom of our hearts, but my boy is Kevin Lee as well. I do love that guy to bits. Craig, this is bad news, man. UFC 233 is postponed now. Okay, obviously that main fight between TJ Dillashaw and Henry Cejudo has been moved to the ESPN card, which means there was no main event. So there you go, UFC 233.
What the fuck are they playing at?
I have no idea. Apparently Anaheim gets bad luck. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's a few events have been cancelled in Anaheim.
So I actually heard that during the week as well. I just want to say, quick shout out, Jack Shore last weekend. You won the bantamweight belt at Cage Warriors 100.
Absolutely.
Dominant performance.
Great event.
Done to you. Really good event. Yeah, some great fights. Nicholas Daly put in a good performance against Phil Mulpeter. So yeah, good event. And
you're a Mulpeter.
Jack Shore. Shut your mouth, right?
Some fight announcements as well this week, Craig. We have Donald Cerrone. Yeah,
he's back to 155. Yes. He's taking on a young, hungry Alexander Hernandez. You know, this is a tough fight for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of young and hungry, Mickey Gall is going to be in action against another old dog from season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, Mr. Diego Sanchez. That's going to be one hell of a scrap and a good fight for him as well. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that'll be a tough fight for Mickey because Diego Sanchez obviously brings that fucking pressure, man. Absolutely.
And Mickey, you know, Mickey's going to want to take that to the ground. I'm sure, and probably he has jiu-jitsu. Obviously, he's training with Diaz Bros and Joe Schilling and the likes up there. So jiu-jitsu is obviously coming on a lot with them lads. So
absolutely,
that'd be a good fucking fight now.
Dominic Cruz is out of his bout against John Lineker. Obviously with another injury. God help the man. He is burdened by injury.
I think he's had 6 fights in the last like 4 years.
I think injuries actually get Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, literally you can say that now.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Yeah, I think he had like 5 or 6 fights in the last 4 years, and like 3 of them were all in the 1 year.
Absolutely.
And like somehow he's still ranked at number 2, even though he hasn't fought since in 2 years now. I don't know what's going on. Poor lad, like he's just sitting at that commentary desk watching the bantamweight division. Just
great commentator.
He's good. Yeah, he's a bit over analytical sometimes. Yeah, he's good. I like him.
I like it. I really like the team of Anik Felder and Joe Rogan, I must say.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that team. Yeah, they have good chemistry. Paul Felder's really good. Mike Bisping, he's going to be coming next year.
Yes, that he is.
He's going to be really good.
Yeah, I've seen him on choosing like a tennis series.
Yeah, do you know like a picture like say for the European cards?
Yeah.
Him, John Gooden, and Dan Hardy.
Yeah,
that's a solid trio there.
That's a solid trio, alright. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, get your fucking commentator ears out for that one,
Get
lad.
your fucking Boscos out and start partying, lads.
Yeah. Boom! The former featherweight king, Jose Aldo, is back, Sean.
He is back.
He's taking on a Brazilian cousin of his, Renato Moicano.
Yeah.
On February 3rd, I think it is, in UFC Fortaleza.
Moicano has really been pushing up that division at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really trying to make a name for himself. If he could defeat his cuz, now
if he could defeat the former champion, I mean, he's definitely next in line for a title shot. Definitely.
Oh, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost time for his final trick.
A Valley Cadabra.
Hey, Rhys, you're welcome back to the show, my man. Irish Rock _PT.
Oh man, it's so fucking tight here. Like,
how are you, dude?
I'm good.
You're very welcome back to Ground and Pound Show. We're always looking forward to seeing you. Rhys, last week we had our 2-3-1 prediction video. You were part of that, but sadly it didn't go up. So this week we said we get you back for the show and we talk about some burning topics. Okay, so first up, boys, what I want to talk to you about is last Sunday, Nick Diaz had the most fun on a Sunday that anyone could ever have. He was smoking some joints. Apparently, that's what blows his mind. He was drinking some alcohols. He was doing it all the bad boy stuff with his friends. And on his Instagram story, he was saying, "Fuck UFC. Bellator actually pay me. Scott Coker's a G." And then his next video was, "Got a fight though, fuck." So obviously the news there is that he wants to fight his last fight, I'd say, with the UFC on his contract, and then he's off to Bellator.
Who's he fighting? Jorge
Masvidal. What do you think of that?
I think it's Nick Diaz win.
Oh, really?
I think Jorge is over his peak, and I just think it's just going to be an easy win for Nick Diaz.
I disagree. I think Jorge's going to win.
I would say Nick is over his peak.
They're both over the peak, to be quite honest, but I'm rooting for Nick, so I'll probably go with Nick, you know.
So, boys, some burning topics which came out this week from USADA. That's right. USADA, obviously the very reliable and trustworthy organisation.
Oh, they're a very good organisation. They're catching a lot of fighters with PEDs lately, and like, you know, they're bringing a lot of this to light. You know, getting people
and Brock Lesnar's test results have gone missing.
Mysteriously.
The juiciest boy in the history of juicy boys, who obviously popped at UFC 200 the last time he fought 4 PEDs.
Brock Lesnar's
USADA must have literally took a coffee break. That's what happened.
Took a coffee break. Dana White said,
take a hike.
Take a fucking hike, USADA. Let us just get this man into the octagon, burn us a bit of money, we'll pay you this amount.
Just let him eat a few pills, man. You know, let him do a few weights and put him into that cage.
So apparently they're going with this story that it's a misunderstanding, it's a mistake, and a big confusion on their part.
Personally, I think. Go ahead.
there hasn't been much of a deal been made of it, though, to be honest.
No.
Like people aren't really outraged about it.
You do kind of want to see it.
No one gives a shit. Everyone's like, "Ah, fuck it." Like he's better on the anyways, you know.
Christmas time, boys. You woke up to a lovely Christmas present this morning. Bellator, Dublin. You guys have your tickets already.
Have tickets sorted.
I'll hopefully be soon with you to get the tickets. You know, don't
I bought that fucking insurance by mistake.
Oh, you fucking idiot! Why?
Extra 16 quid on top of 4 tickets.
Bellator obviously is coming to Dublin, Craig. The co-main event already announced.
The main event anyways is obviously Ireland's own James Gallagher. He's taking on Stephen Graham in a bantamweight main event, and that's like obviously that's going to be his biggest fight today. You know, main event in his hometown. And then home main event is fairly juicy now, right? Yeah. So SBG stand out, Peter Creedy, you know, close friend and close teammate of Conor McGregor and all.
McGregor stuff, you know.
What a man.
So he's been announced. Obviously, he was one of the fighters signed with Bellator. This is Bellator debut. He's been announced now to take on the SBG killer, the former SBG fighter. He was training with Khabib in the lead up to
the Magomedov
Miles
Splinter Price.
Something I'd really love to see, Craig, would be Dylan Dennis fight on that card, but I don't think it's going to happen now.
Dylan Dennis against me.
Because apparently he's the highest paid freaking athlete in Bellator history, according to himself.
You're talking shite, mate.
Now, one thing that's not shy talk, Rhys, that I think you'll absolutely love is the news that was announced earlier today on the Friday that we were recording this video last night on Thursday. Of a big heavyweight clash. A returning heavyweight superstar, former champion taking on a contender. Francis Ngannou taking on Cain Velasquez. Baby, are you excited?
This is literally skill versus power right here.
This fight is insane.
This is going to be craziness.
After Francis' last fight, I'm so excited for this fight. If Francis hadn't had that last performance, stunning performance against Curtis Blades, I would have said, well, Cain is walking over this. But ever since that last fight, wow, I'm excited.
Just like yourself, Sean, Francis Ngannou has his mojo back, man. It's
going to be good.
It's going to be good seeing Ngannou.
What have you got here in Rhys for this fight?
I have Cain Velasquez.
You got Cain.
Because he was actually one of the first fighters I was looking at when Brock Lesnar was fighting.
Cardio Cain.
And he just made mincemeat of Brock Lesnar. He out-wrestled him.
Diverticulitis, man.
That's the thing. If he didn't have diverticulitis, it would have been a different story. But however, he still got the W over Brock Lesnar.
Who do you think is going to win, Sean?
I don't know. I'm honestly going to go with Kane as well, I think.
It's been a while though for Kane.
It's been a long time.
I think Ngannou's going to take W here with
I would love to see Ngannou do it.
I think Ngannou's going to knock him out, man.
Oh shit, that's a big shout.
Kane's obviously more known for his wrestling than Stipe was. And that's what Stipe beat Ngannou.
At that moment, Francis was struggling with a lot of ego at that time, where people said he was a different Francis. And I think if he's the Francis now, Francis of old, the Alistair Francis, the fucking world destroyer and eat your soul and crush your head Francis, it's going to be a hell of a fight.
He's got one goal, and that goal is that UFC belt, man, you know, so...
Any parting words, Rhys, for the week before we leave everyone? You looking forward to Christmas time?
I love Christmas, man.
Yeah.
It's my favourite time of the year.
What are you going to get?
My birthday also, you know what I mean?
Are you gonna...
So, man, me too.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything for Christmas? Are you going to... I don't know.
You know Chris Kindle, are you?
You know what? I'm actually not going to be drinking much over Christmas. I have a competition coming up in March, so I've got to train away for that. But I might have a few little sneaky nights, you know what I mean, here and there.
So there's no harm there, is there?
There's nothing mad, you know what I mean?
You're doing Chris Kindle, are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I didn't get Adam Healy now.
No.
That's all for this week's Ground and Pound Show. Thank you so much for joining us. You can follow him on Instagram at IrishRock_PT, at Gareth_Sweeney, at O'Haragram, at Donald Sean Carey, at Ground and Pound Show. We love you so much. We'll chat to you next week.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Goodbye. Pride never die. Pride never die.
My fucking knee is actually so... Oh look, the foreign object. Do it again.
Again. Same voice.